The hidden disease of modern minds, why most people have stopped thinking. What if I told you that your thoughts aren't really yours? That what you believe, what you defend, even what you post online, might not be the product of your own mind, but the echo of 1,000 unseen hands shaping your perception. It sounds dramatic, right? But take a moment. When was the last time you truly changed your mind about something? Not because you were forced to, but because you thought deeply enough to realize you might be wrong. Most people can't remember, because most people have quietly stopped thinking. We tend to imagine stupidity as a lack of intelligence, someone who just doesn't get it. But the philosopher Dietrich Bonhoeffer, writing from a Nazi prison cell, saw something far darker. He realized that stupidity wasn't about low IQ. It was a moral and social condition, a kind of infection that spreads when people surrender their capacity to think for themselves. He wrote, "Against stupidity, we're defenseless." Not because stupid people are powerful, but because once someone has stopped thinking independently, reason no longer reaches them. You can't argue with slogans. You can't reason with noise. And that's the terrifying truth. Once thinking dies, persuasion becomes impossible. Here's the paradox. Most of us don't feel stupid. In fact, stupidity today feels safe. Thinking, real thinking, is uncomfortable. It means questioning your tribe, your heroes, even your own beliefs. It means risking being wrong, being mocked, or being alone. So instead, we outsource our thinking to systems that promise comfort, to influencers who simplify the world, to algorithms that feed us what feels right, to movements that give us identity without introspection. And before we realize it, we've built a prison, one with soft walls and perfect lighting, where we mistake agreement for understanding. Nietzsche warned us about this. He said, most people don't seek truth, they seek relief from uncertainty. And isn't that exactly what our digital age offers? Infinite certainty with zero thought. It's easy to believe this problem lives out there, that the manipulated ones are the others, the sheep, the brainwashed. But Bonhoeffer saw it differently. He said stupidity isn't a personal defect, it's a social disease. It grows in groups, in crowds, in nations that reward obedience and punish reflection. He watched educated Germans, professors, clergy, scientists become willing participants in a nightmare. Not because they were evil, but because they traded independent judgment for belonging. Sound familiar? We see the same mechanism in our time, when outrage replaces curiosity, when identity replaces reason, when speed replaces depth. Psychologists call it functional stupidity, the ability to appear intelligent while never questioning the system that rewards your compliance. It's how brilliant engineers build destructive algorithms, how kind people justify cruelty for the greater good, how ordinary citizens defend the very systems that exploit them. Modern neuroscience confirms what Bonhoeffer feared. When people feel threatened, exhausted, or overwhelmed, their brains shut down higher reasoning. They seek safety in certainty. And the internet is designed to keep us there. Every scroll, every outrage, every hot take you consume trains your brain to prefer reaction over reflection. It's not a coincidence that false information spreads 6 times faster than truth online. The truth demands thought. Lies reward emotion. And emotion sells. We are living in an age where artificial intelligence profits from human ignorance, where our attention is mined, our bias is exploited, and our very capacity for thought reduced to data points in someone else's algorithm.
We are not the users, we are the used. Look around. You'll notice how society now rewards the loudest voice, not the wisest. Confidence, not accuracy. Certainty, not understanding. We mistake speaking quickly for thinking deeply. We mistake agreement for truth. We scroll through life, absorbing fragments of outrage, convinced we're informed, while our inner world quietly withers. Plato warned about this thousands of years ago in the allegory of the cave. He described people chained in darkness, mistaking shadows for reality. Today, the cave glows in 4K, and the shadows are customized for you. Bonhoeffer spoke of something he called costly grace, the courage to act and think independently, even when the price is high. Because there's always a price. Thinking might cost you friends, certainty, or comfort, but not thinking costs you your humanity. Every time you choose curiosity over outrage, humility over arrogance, truth over tribe, you perform a quiet act of rebellion against the machinery of stupidity. And that rebellion is the foundation of freedom. Here's the twist. Stupidity is not something that happens to us. It's something we participate in. Every time we share without checking, every time we agree without reflection, every time we silence someone instead of listening, we strengthen the very system we claim to hate. But that also means we hold the power to stop it. To think, really think, is to slow down the world for a moment. It's to resist the seduction of certainty. It's to look at the chaos and whisper, "I will not react. I will understand." So let me ask you, when was the last time you doubted yourself on purpose? When was the last time you read something that made you uncomfortable and stayed with it instead of dismissing it? Because that discomfort is not a threat. It's a signal that your mind is still alive. Bonhoeffer died for that belief, that to think courageously, independently, is the highest moral act of all. He wrote, "When people stop thinking, they stop being fully human." So the real question isn't how intelligent you are. It's whether you still have the courage to think when thinking becomes dangerous. The disease of modern minds isn't ignorance. It's the illusion of knowledge. It's the comfort of believing we already understand. But every time you choose curiosity over certainty, evidence over emotion, humility over arrogance, you keep the light of human thought alive in a world that profits from darkness. So this week, find one belief you hold fiercely. Then search for the best arguments against it, not to defeat them, but to test the strength of your own mind. Because in an age of artificial stupidity, the most radical act left is to think for yourself.